So hello. There, I think the audio is getting through now. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear me before, if there is somebody in here. Hello. Okay. Let me recap. That was my dog who just left. And I'm just getting started here. I was trying to find music. Um, but yeah, we're painting Chad from Bleach. I had already started this. Trying to do a little Bleach project to help myself get better at portrait painting. Or just painting in general, because I need to practice how to paint. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna add a very light background to this. Even lighter than that. I don't want that much saturation. There we go. Just do a warm color. Feels appropriate. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Alright. A lot of the work that I've done up until now is stuff that I just sort of know what to do. Oops. From here on out, it's kind of a guessing game where I'm trying to. This is a Ray 17, if you want to look her up. And I am trying to be able to paint like that. And this is not very close. But I'm gonna try. So a lot of what we come down to now is rendering. I had a line layer at first, but that's gone now. You can still see some of the remnants. Just trying to get rid of any last lines that are in here. But yeah, it really is a guessing game from here because I don't know. I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. So this is the part where I'm really trying to learn and understand and make this better. So if you guys are hanging out with me today, it's just we're learning how to render stuff like this. I did a little bit of a portrait study the other day before the Chad one, this one, to see if I could get any better before I started this. And it went okay. So a thing that I found too is that I found a video. I didn't think there were any videos of Ray painting over here. But I found 3, surprisingly enough. And it looks like a customized brush that she uses, but it's a brush because this is Paint Tool Sai, by the way, if you've never seen it before. And this is like, I don't know, my 4th time using it. I decided to buy a license for it. It's cheap. It was like $30-$40 or something. And you have it forever. So I saw several people use Sai, but Ray in particular, and then I finally found a video of her actually using it, and she just uses a brush tool. Something really incredible about Sai is that you only need one brush. I mean, you can use other brushes and you'll get like this soft rendering, but I can blend with one brush. You have to be really light, and I don't know if you can see that this is blending really softly. Um, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. And I understood after watching that video why she has such insane skill because she just literally has raw painting skill. And that's something I think very few people have. She very I don't know if I ever saw her undo anything. Um, she always would just paint over it, which is kind of crazy. I really want to get this eye working first, because it feels like it's feels kind of flat. So let me take care of this. Sometimes you gotta redraw things, which means your painting might get a little messy, but that's okay. Embrace it. Hello again, nice to watch someone paint. Thank you, Dilemma. Hey, Akil. You guys can hear me okay, right? I have no one to tell me if they can hear me, so I gotta go. If y'all don't type something soon, I'm gonna have to type. Can you hear me? No problem with audio. Okay, perfect. I think before it wasn't working. So I do want him. Actually, I don't know. Yes, we can. Okay, thank you both. How are you guys this morning? I'm trying to decide if I want this like lazy looking eye kind of or his eye more wide open. Kind of. No, I like the open eye. Maybe I'll lazy it just a little bit extra. It's 9:10 at night here. Oh goodness. That's not too late actually. I go to bed around or I'm asleep. I try to be asleep by 10:30. Morning wasn't too bad. Almost 12 a.m. now though. 12 a.m. Oh no, that's even that's that's later. Why are you still up? Okay, I like that. I think we're gonna need something a little bit darker. Fix this drawing, get this working, and then we'll do all the lovely rendering and painting. This needs to be a little darker. Let's keep it a deeper color. I wonder if I actually have to make this eye a bit smaller. I have gone overboard with the size of the eye. Last live was ages ago, man. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Yeah, I've been so freaking busy. Um, and I wanted to get back on live. Uh, honestly, it's just like I said, been very busy. Then the newest episode that I'm making, two is a lot longer than I expected. I wrote this script and it was just just kept expanding. It's a really good one. I like it a lot, but it just was a lot longer than I expected, so it put a lot more work onto my plate too. But yeah, I honestly wish I didn't have to, work a regular job in order to sustain myself. I could just do this all the time, but I cannot, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. That is the goal, to do that one day. I do graphic design. Um, it was actually a nice little transition because I wasn't good enough at art yet, but I started doing some graphic design stuff, and you know, there are a lot of the same principles of design that we use in art. So I I didn't study graphic design or anything or use any of the programs, but I just got introduced to them, and it felt like a lot easier of a transition. There was still learning process, of course, but um, I was able to get a hang of it really quick and get a job. So I just kept going with that. And I like it a lot. I honestly think, especially after studying even Ray's work over here in the corner, uh, 2D artists, 3D artists, like when you want to present an idea, having graphic design knowledge makes it so much better. Um, I don't know if you've seen any of her work, but she's a graphic designer too. She studied all different kinds of design, and I think it's almost essential now. So I'm very glad that I spent the time to learn. I want to get better at graphic design too, because I think it will make me just generally a better artist. Oh, Mongolia, wow. I don't think I've ever met anybody from Mongolia. That's pretty cool. What's the what's the weather or season like in Mongolia right now? Uh, how'd you manage to get your job? Um, I've had a couple different jobs, some of which have been super shitty, and I try to escape those as fast as possible. I have been looking for something more permanent even right now, and it's the job market's super crazy hard at the moment. But my current job, I work freelance, technically like contract work through an agency. So they have a bunch of clients and they basically have a set of designers that work for them, one of them being me. Um, and I just get sent work and tell them how many hours I want to work. They haven't been giving me as many hours as I would like, which is annoying. But thankfully, it's almost like mindless work. I don't have to think about how to make it better. Like there's a lot of work that's already been done for these companies. They send me things that like um, I don't have to like reinvent the wheel every time, if that makes sense. They have usually, unless it's a new client, in which case then I have to then I have to try. But yeah, I appreciate the kind of mindless work so I can get back to this as soon as possible. Oop, that's so cool. Feels like summer here now. Gonna get cold soon though. Yeah, it's gonna get cold soon here too. I'm in the Bay Area, which I do not suggest moving to because it's so expensive. My sister lives out here, so I wanted to try it out, and my wife was like, okay. So, but we're gonna move when our lease ends back down to that LA area. It's cheaper. Structure looks a little bit better. Still feels a little fat though. The iris. Mm, I choose computer science to explore different opportunities, but my dream is to work in the game industry. Yeah, I started that way too. Um, Computer science, and then I found art, so I just kind of fell in love with it. Come on. I think I'm happy with that. Okay. vibrant enough. Uh, you're drawing using mouse? No. Oh my God, no. Are you kidding? Nobody draws using a mouse. If they did, that's like that was an old thing. People did used to draw with a mouse, but oh my God, that would be so hard. Um, no, I am drawing with a tablet. It's a Intuos Pro. It's not a screen tablet. It's otherwise I would probably have you guys see the whole screen that I was drawing on. It just looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. I think it's the medium size. Um, choosing bachelor's for computer science was better. My college was far away from home. Hmm. Well, whatever you feel like is best for you, you know. Can you give us tips about color theory? Uh, I know color theory in theory. Actually doing it yourself is freaking hard as hell. Uh, I don't know what it is. I think there's like a certain degree of uh, just doing it that your brain sort of absorbs over time. So yeah, sure. The most basic thing that I can tell you about color theory that I try to repeat as even I'm doing this painting is you want to think of colors in terms of cool and warm. No color is inherently cool or warm. It depends on what's placed next to it. So you're always, if you have warm light, you're always going to have cool shadows, and vice versa. If you have cool light, you're always going to have warm shadows. Um, and like I said, if just because you put down a red color and you think because it's like a hot red, oh, that is a pink. Whoops. You put down a red color, you think it's like a hot red, and you put down a blue. Uh, I mean, yes, the red here would be arguably hotter than the blue, but until you put down that blue, that red was neither hot nor cold, if that makes sense. So colors are relative to what's next, what it's next to. And your colors change depending on what it's next to. Have you ever seen those little weird, uh, what is it? It's like the optical illusion where they put the square inside the other square and they tell you it's the same value inside these two squares because it's surrounded by different values or different colors depending on what the thing says. But you can make colors look different based on what it's surrounded by. Um, and that gets a little bit more complicated. Like you can push colors towards their complement just by making it less saturated. So I won't go into that for now. The simplest thing that you should know again is so yeah, I can show you even with mine. So this is the base color. Where's the background? The base color for his skin and the base shadow for his skin, right? And there's going to be a lot of variations in here, and sometimes you might even get some warms and cools and to make it visually stimulating, but the base that I have here is warm, and I'm trying to light it with a warm light, and it's cooler. The shadow, if you can see the top, the color wheel is. So it's warmer because it's in this like orangey direction, and I cooled it off by pushing it towards the reds. But yeah, color gets a lot more complicated. I don't understand why people put blue for the base of the skin. Uh, well, that could be a couple different reasons. Sometimes people want to emulate traditional painting, and sometimes a lot of people put down a base so that when you put down colors on top, you leave a little bit of that blue poking through. So if I were to, it creates a nice little texture. You can see it, or and visual stimulation. So if I were to lay down this color and then I wanted to do this, Jesus, I'm doing this poorly. This is a really poor example, but you see that saturated color pops out. And, you know, if you do that and render it better over time, the blue that you're talking about would peek out from behind there, and it creates this like visual stimulation that's really nice because they'll usually put something warm on top of that blue. So you're getting this warm and cool contrast that is very pleasing for the eye. I'm using Paint Tool Sai. I wanted to stop using Clip Studio and Photoshop. Sorry, it's really hard. It's a lot harder than I realized to talk and paint and draw at the same time. So I apologize if I sound weird or something. All right. I just realized that my bottom and upper lip are two different temperatures. So we're gonna match those back together. Yeah, one of the cool things about this program dilemma is I can blend with one brush, whereas you need multiple tools to do it in the other programs. And I did not know that, how very much like real Paint Tool Sai is. It's hard. I'm still getting used to it, but um, you have to paint lightly, but it also has Clip Studio is like this more than Photoshop, but if you paint next to something, you're like picking up some of that paint with it. It's hard to describe it without actually trying it yourself. Um, and then the watercolor, which I'm trying to stay away from, because I'm trying not to cheat myself, but the watercolor is even more crazy because you can blend super softly. I don't know if you see that. You see how I have this skin color right here, but it's like it's dark when I put it down because it's picking up the color that's over here. And that is what the other brush is doing as well. So yeah, you can get really soft. A cash out, although I don't want to do that. Paint tool size really cool, and I want to get better at using it. So, oops, gotta switch back to the brush. Don't want that to be so soft. So yeah, there's a balance to using this program and figuring out how to paint properly, and I'm trying to figure it out. It's what Ray uses, who's over here. I'm trying to, emulate her style of painting. So if I could paint like her, I'd be very happy. Ibis. I've never tried Ibis. Is it similar to, is it like similar to this or like Krita or something like that? Do you have any warm up before drawing? No. Um, I think that was definitely a thing I thought had to happen when I was younger in art, but no. If you're drawing every day or at least every other day, you don't have to warm up. You're already warmed up. Warm up is like if you have stepped away for a couple days and your hand just isn't quite listening to you the way that you want. I feel like that's when I sort of need a warm up. Used Clip before as well. I think I used Paint is really user friendly compared to any of the software I used before. If you get the pro version. Oh, okay. God, the sun is coming through the window. To crouch. Well, that's really cool. I mean, if it works better for you, then definitely do it. I definitely am liking this better because it feels like um raw more raw painting than anything else that I've done before. It's so easy to get wrapped up in the tools that they have available um, for Photoshop, Clip Studio, and everything, and so many settings to even the brushes and stuff. There's just too much stuff, and really, you don't need much to learn to draw and paint. And honestly, a lot of those tools can get in your way and make you worse, or you know, like stunt your growth in many different ways. Like Clip Studio has the what is it? Those little like pose mannequins. Um, and while it's great for like work and stuff, if you use those to study all the time, you will never be able to like come up with poses and stuff on your own because you're always being fed through this program. You won't be able to construct things. You can do it on your own and you'll be able to come up with really cool stuff. It's just people are afraid to do it. I just, oh, jeez, I'm the wrong layer. Um, uh, Sorry, I almost need a moderator. I gotta figure out where the last question I answered. CSP is a lot to learn, but I'm happy with it. Yeah, I've been using Clip Studio for a while now. I literally just switched over to Psy. This is like my fourth time. No, no, no. It's like my sixth time opening this program. I've only been using it for the past like week and a half. Otherwise, I was using Clip Studio, which I felt like I had gotten pretty comfortable with. And I liked it, and I'm sure I'll like it when I start getting comics going and stuff, because there's a lot of really cool features for that. But again, right now, just working on that raw skill. Hoping that this turns into something using this program. Uh, how long did it take for you to get to this level? I have been studying this stuff for 13-ish years. I'm literally I'm trying to get it done. It was a little bit challenging to make, but I have a video coming out where I'm gonna be hopefully Saturday, uh, where I'm gonna be talking about my whole journey with this stuff and how, because it's my birthday on Wednesday. So I wanted to just be honest with my whole journey with all this stuff and tell people how old I am and how long I've been going at this. So, and try to hopefully help people not make the same mistakes that I did, and do this. Not that you have to do it faster, but do it in a healthier way. And if you do it in a healthier way, you probably will do this a lot faster than I did. And I hope that for most people. I don't want them to struggle through this. I'm getting through all the questions, so hang on. um, uh, I use Eva's Pay to my phone because it's the only app that's compatible for my old phone. Oh. Hey, you gotta go with what works. If it's a good program, then don't knock it. And you can use it on your phone. It makes it portable. That's really cool. That's why a lot of people use Procreate. They can use it on their iPad, so they can do digital. I personally, I mean, I'm still doing traditional stuff. I draw in my sketchbook and everything, but uh, I prefer digital. There's just a little bit more freedom with it, I feel like, uh, because of some of the lovely features like being able to copy and paste a character design so that you can try multiple outfits, without destroying what you already have. Whereas if you have a pen and pencil, you can't do that. So I I think if it's portable, that's great. God, do you guys see the sun just reflecting off of me right now? uh can't seem to move forward. Keel, I feel that way a lot too. I, it's not a very unique feeling. I think a lot of us definitely feel that way. Um, and I was feeling that way as well. That's part of what that video covers, is just I was studying the wrong way for a long time. Um, and I feel like I am in a much better place of understanding of what it really takes to help you learn. Um, what good and bad studying is, kind of thing. Sorry, I feel like I'm petting this area over and over again, but I'm really just trying to get it to look right. This is supposed to be hair that's like flipping up. It's really hard. I do not know how to deal with hair. I try my best, but it's definitely, I think maybe tomorrow it might be something that we do on. I'm gonna be streaming for the next couple days. I'm gonna be trying to do that every week. I think the next thing we might practice is hair tomorrow because I need to I need to get better at this. This is just hard. I avoided hair for a long time, and I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it. All right. Oh, you draw traditionally, Akil. Okay. I mean, Drawing traditionally is great. It's going to give you a really good foundation. I just prefer digital. If you like traditional, that's great. What program do you recommend for first timers though? Deusor. I definitely think if I was a first timer, I would want somebody to tell me about Paint Tool Sai. Uh, I don't know if you just got here, but I was saying I feel like this is just pure painting. It kind of works very, there's a similar nature to traditional painting and how things blend and everything. So I wish somebody told me about this. I think this is an excellent program for beginners because there's not a ton of features that are going to confuse the shit out of you, which is what Photoshop and Clip Studio and everything have. There's just so many things. This is literally just like a brush, a couple settings, you got layers, but you can do all the things that you need to do, even with like filters. There's hue, saturation, brightness, contrast. That's it. Like you can't do too many fancy things, and you don't need to when you're learning how to do this stuff anyways. So it's great. I honestly think if I were a beginner again, I would have loved if somebody told me to use this program instead. I might not have listened because I was stubborn and dumb. But if I was being smart, I would have definitely used this program. And it's cheap as hell too. You can buy a what is it called? A license. I think it was $40 or like 35. I think it was cheaper than that. I do traditional, I'm more into animation, so I don't really draw digital. Oh, you must be excited. Oh, you want to do traditional animation. Okay. Well, that's cool. Traditional animation is intense. But Japanese animators do it all the time, and they're incredible. So I've been drawing for like 3-ish years sketching. I want to get into digital as well. Yeah, digital is great. Again, like I said, there's just no comparison in being able um, to sort of iterate on your ideas. You can't beat digital when it comes to that because you can go through a non-destructive process where you save all of your layers or copy paste this design so that you don't destroy it. Whereas everything you make traditionally, not that it's bad, but it's a destructive process because you can't get anything back. You know, if you make a mark with a pen, it's done. Whereas here you can erase it and start again. Akil, you don't have to draw 13 years to get here. If you know Miles Johnston, he did it in like 3 years or something. He was incredible, and that's what shows me that this could have been done a lot faster. How much time have we been working on this? 48 minutes. Okay, we're about 2 minutes. So part of doing, this stuff in a healthier way is making sure I get up every hour. It's not good to be sitting. So if I haven't gotten your question yet, I will rapid fire the questions. Just a minute. I mean, he's definitely coming together. It's not as clean as Ray here. I just don't. There's something about it. I don't know how she does certain things. Chad has like this very prominent nose. It's very nice. Doesn't look as good flipped, but it's still not terrible. Definitely want to flip your canvas every so often to make sure you're not totally screwing up. Gentle blend. There we go. All right, guys. I'm gonna take that break, rapid fire some of your questions out here. One sec. I am on this camera. Can you see me? Okay. All right. This is a little stepper machine, so it makes it easier to move. So you want to do movement every hour. That's what I try to do. So, if everybody can hear me, okay? Robot. 3 people. Oh, you're going to dinner. Okay, Akil. Bye-bye. I'll be here for another hour. Let's see. Dubai. Do you get awkward when drawing naked person? No. I don't know. I don't think that ever bothered me. I've done a lot of figure drawing classes too, so it's a good question, but I feel like most people are very respectful and treat it as, an art lesson. Uh, Privately, I would say when you're studying like naked people photos, if somebody walks in on you, that is awkward if they don't know. I always tell like whoever's around me, like if my wife is walking around, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be studying naked people, just so you know. So she doesn't walk in and just see me looking at naked people.
So yeah, but live figure drawing classes, no, never. It's always been very respectful. Uh, you don't need a screen tablet. Any tablet or pen works. Learning how to digitalize the whole can of worms in itself. The muscle memory. Okay, I see what you're talking about, robot. Um, well, you just asked the question. Have you done in-person figure drawing classes? So I'll answer that first. Yes, I've done a ton of in-person figure drawing classes. There was one point where I was going to live figure drawing classes like 3 or 4 times a week for at least like a year. It was a lot. And I learned a lot too. But you definitely need to do outside studies because that alone is not going to get you uh, as far as you want it to get you. It's not going to make you learn everything. But again, it was really fun. It's a cool experience, and you do learn a lot. Um, you were responding to a Keel about drawing digitally. Yeah, digital is its own can of worms. I honestly like that I've learned to do a non-screen tablet because you don't when you draw like in a sketchbook, for example, or a screen tablet, your hand is always like partially covering what you're drawing. So when you first learn with a tablet that's, down here, and you're looking up at the screen where the marks are happening, there's this weird dissonance that happens because the marks are not appearing where your hand is. Uh, so your hand is no longer blocking what you're drawing or painting, and that is kind of a cool feeling. And I think I prefer that because I have tried screen tablets before. Um, I may feel differently with a really big one, but it still won't change the fact that my hand is going to be covering it a little bit. So I do like these kinds of tablets. There is a bit of muscle memory you gotta get used to, and that, like I said, the dissonance that you have to get used to, but it's no different from traditional. Making your hand move the way that you want, except all your marks, like you're making a teeny tiny mark and it's showing up really big on the screen. So that is the one thing that you do get used to. My only grievance with the pad tablet doesn't feels that my traditional penmanship doesn't get carried through. The way I can move my arm and pen is not possible with a screen tablet. Yeah, so unless you get one of those big screen tablets, which is the Wacom one is what, like 27 inches, but it's like $3,500. I don't think anybody except a professional can afford that. Yeah, you're not going to get that whole arm movement thing, unfortunately. But typically, I honestly find, like, even when I'm drawing in a sketchbook, there's not a whole lot of arm movement. A lot of things happen in the wrist and the fingers. So I've probably just gotten very dexterous that way, or nimble. I don't, I don't really know the right word for that. So I think it all helps. Like you're using your arm for big movements, but as get to the finer details, it's all in the fingers. So it's not really like a bad thing to get used to the digital stuff because you'd be doing it traditional too, anyways. I mean, you spend, I would say, less time doing arm movements than you do wrist and finger stuff because the big gesture movements, those are for overall vision, right? Like the gesture or something. All the tiny movements, those are all that's a lot more of the drawing. That's where you spend a bulk of the time. You should try a screen tablet or at least one of these the non-screen tablets. 2 minutes, and then we're back into it for another hour. We got a 16-inch display tablet. It's already too big for me. 13 is the best size overall. Yeah, I have the iPad, the older generation iPad, but it's like 12-inch screen. I can't imagine being any more than that. Like you said, to go portable. If it was 16 inches, I'd probably get a little bit big. Actually, I think that's my laptop. 16. It wouldn't be too bad. But it's starting to get excessive. What kind of display tablet do you have, Dilemma? I don't know if that's Wacom. I don't know if they have a 16-inch. But yeah, I've been considering getting a display tablet for filming purposes only, just because it's nice to have the camera on the screen. But I don't think I would ever buy one unless I was like working professionally in a studio. It's just too big, unnecessary. That's like the big screen tablets are 27 inches. And again, $3,500. Plug myself back in over here. There we go. Come back down. Okay. Too awkward to draw outside. I don't know. Oh, there it is. I lost my pen. All right. I've enjoyed watching the stream. Afraid I have to leave. Can't procrastinate. That's okay. Thanks for stopping by, Robot. We'll be here the next couple days as well. Hi, Kubalay. How are you? I feel like I want this to be a little bit brighter. Thanks, Robot. You too. Have a great day. Boobily Zoo, what's good? Um, Not much. Just trying to make this painting work for me. I hope you're both doing great. It's working.
Oh, looks solid. Thank you. You were so excited about that. I thought you got your audio to work or something. I didn't know you were talking about my painting. I appreciate that. I'm um I'm trying to sort of get the style working to what you see on the left here, and having a little bit of difficulty making it work. Um, there's definitely things I've done well. I did Ichigo the other well, few days ago. So there are some things that improved, some things that still need to be worked on. Very tempted to just get the freaking watercolor brush right now because it's so hard to make blend correctly. The rendering part that's got me um, so confused, I guess. It's difficult. Just still trying to get better at it. Down like this. Need to do that. Scott Robertson, How to Render book. It's a good resource. Yeah, I think I have that book too, actually. Scott Robertson is very technical, though. Um, very good at rendering mechanical things. But I would definitely study other artists for less technical things. He was a big deal at Art Center. Have we seen any movies recently? I saw the third Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a very sad movie, but good. And then I think that's it. I watch a lot of TV shows. Just started watching Foundation on Apple, if you've ever seen it. It's a good show. Or at least it is so far. I've only watched like 2 episodes. Yeah, of course. Go ahead. Love to hear a recommendation. Can always use more things to watch. The creator. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. Didn't that just come out? It looks really cool. I definitely want to check it out. I saw it in IMAX yesterday. Everything about it was fantastic. Only made for 80 million. I don't know much about movie costs. I'm guessing that that's not a lot considering every other movie. It looks better than most Marvel VFX productions, which are in the hundreds of millions easily. Oh, well then, yeah, that is really good. Yeah, Marvel VFX has gone a little downhill, but probably because they don't pay their VFX workers. One moment. Hi, I'm streaming. I'll call you back. Okay. Have you seen any other good movies lately? Boobazoo? Bubazoo? Bubazoo or Boobazoo? How do I pronounce that? Boobazoo. Okay. Castlevania. Yeah, I watched that series. It was really cool. I haven't seen the new one though. I think it just came out. But it looks awesome. Somehow even better than before. Derek, how's it going? Like it right. Hi, Loaxic. I hope I said that correctly. I tried real hard. How are you doing this morning? Or I don't know if it's morning for you, but how are you doing? Got Chad looking a little zesty. Thank you, Designer Dash. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I guess we should all want our characters zesty. Or the characters be like. Who is your favorite artist? My favorite artist is Ray. She's up here in the top left-hand corner, who I am trying to use as a reference and trying to paint like her. But it is very difficult because she is an excellent painter. Um, but yeah, she's my favorite by far. I think she's probably, I'm sure other people would argue against me, but I think she is the most skilled painter to, of who's alive today. Do you have a favorite artist, Kublai? I also like Takeshi Obana, who I met. I don't know if you read manga or anything. He's done Death Note, favorite being Bakuman, but Death Note is usually the popular one that everyone knows. Kim Jong-gi, Kim, I never pronounce his name correctly. Kim Jong-gi, I think, and Eliza. Oh, two awesome artists. I never had the pleasure of meeting Kim, unfortunately, but he is someone who definitely knows his way around painting and or drawing. Did he paint? I'm trying to think. I actually don't think I've ever seen any of his paintings. Uh, but yeah, that dude was so good at drawing, and he knew how to teach it as well. There's so few necessary. Maybe a little like dust up at the top just to make it. Yeah, learning from his work will definitely be beneficial. I could do the super concept art thing and add our rim light, but I think I just like this. Just a little afterglow. And yeah, Eliza, I've met Eliza. She's an absolute sweetheart. Met her a couple times actually. But yeah, Eliza's amazing. Also at painting. Or my God, I'm painting, so I'm sorry, but talking and painting and drawing at the same time is difficult. She's an amazing artist. I believe she also works as an animator for Disney, is what she told us. Um, but yeah, her skills are incredible too. She's a legend, and so is Kim. Honestly, he passed away before his time, so it is very sad. He's no longer with us. Pass on more of his knowledge. I'm sure we could use it. Basically, just trying to get all the final details done here. I don't know, aside from detailing a little bit more, I feel like I just don't have the knowledge to make this any better. Um, that's what studies are for. Well, this is technically a study too, but you know. Music. It's all gone. There we go. They're opening a Kim Jong-gi museum. Oh, really? Do you know where? I would definitely go see that. That would be a cool place to go study his work and obviously honor him. Yeah, I'm really sad I didn't get to meet him. Been to so many conventions and stuff, and he was at some of the conventions I was at. I just never had the opportunity. Definitely be visiting that museum, at the very least. Hi. I will have to translate what you said. Hang on one sec. Boop. Oh, translate. Uh, this is so much harder than it needs to be. Okay, there we go. It's Chad. Yes, it is. Chado. Chado kun. Is that how you say Chad? Chadoda. Chadoda. Yes, from Bleach. Sorry, I'm Japanese. No, no, it's totally cool. I'm trying to learn Japanese. I'm terrible at it, but I want to be able to read Japanese so I can read more comics. But I actually got to go to Japan once, and that it was amazing. But yeah, I sorry. I wish I could speak it so I could actually understand easier, you know. So definitely, there's no fault on you at all. Oh, okay. I think we're just about done here. I'm gonna open up the Ichigo. I can show you guys the Ichigo that I did so you can see side by side how well we did here, or how much we improved, if at all. Let's shrink this a little bit, shall we? Oh God, what the fudge happened? There we go. And zoom out a bit. Okay. Thank you. Arigato. Ah, arigato gozaimasu. I I feel like there's some things that are improved on, others not so much. Definitely need to learn hair. Um, and the whole, you know, rendering aspect is a little difficult, especially the neck. The neck is a lot more of a pain in the butt. And then clothes are just a whole. I haven't even tried to do clothes before, so. But not bad. Not terrible. Not great, not terrible. Let's look at these a little smaller. Sometimes when you look at them smaller, it helps. Gives you a slightly better idea of how well they work. Detailing is like a whole other skill, you know, that you learn at the same time. But if they work tiny, you know you've gotten halfway there. And I think they do okay. Not the best, again, but not bad. All right. I'm all done for today, guys, but I'm gonna be here tomorrow, Wednesday, and then maybe Thursday. I'm thinking Thursday I'd do some sort of like break day. I think tomorrow we may draw some hair because I clearly need to study hair. I think just drawing it though, maybe not painting. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm not sure of your name here. Thank you, Kublai. You're still here, Designer Dash. And Loic Kicks. And Shinsuke Kuwa no Shinsuke. Kuwa no Shinsuke. I'm hoping that's correct. But thank you. I hope you tune into the next one. What time is it in Japan? Oh dear. It's super early in the morning. Go to bed. I'll need to go to bed. I'll see how this time does for everybody, and then um you know, if it's not working for everybody, maybe we'll change it up. Have a good day, guys. Talk to y'all later. Or see you tomorrow if you show up. Bye.